What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is the Rapl. His opponent today in the red color, playing also as Odin. His name is Baritchola. The map is Blue Lagoon. And this is best of 3 for the Challengers League. Baritchola, I think, is undefeated in this Challengers League, playing really, really well. Rapl's sitting with 2 wins and 2 losses, with 3 games left to go here in this Challengers League for both of these players, I believe. I think Baritchola may have played his flex game, so maybe he's only got the 2. This is where we get to crunch time. This is where things matter. Wins really matter, and from what it looks like, the Champions League is slightly further along than the Challengers League here. What it looks like is for somebody to get 3rd or 4th, you need to have at least 4 wins. So a lot of these players are sitting on that 2 losses, 3 losses mark, and they need to win every other match to get in the conversation and the chance to get that top 4 placement, which really matters, because if you get top 4 placement, it means you go on to what we call in the relegations. So fourth, so the challengers will have to play the other side of the challenges to make sure that the best players are going through. If you come 4th, you will actually have to play the top place finisher of the other side of the bracket. So it does make it really hard to still get in with a shot at taking down a champion, but you do have that. You do have an opportunity to get there. And effectively, the winner of that game, or the first game of the 2 challengers butting heads to heads, will go on to take on the loser of the champions who butt heads to head in the playoffs, in the relegation. So that is how it works. And here we go. We've got villagers doing their thing. Temple coming up now for Rapl here. And Baritchola also throwing up his temple. So both going up fairly fast. This is the Norse matchup here. The Odin versus Odin matchup is very interesting because it changes. It's very different to every other civilization here, because any slight advantage you get in early advanced time in producing units, and you can press that by being super aggressive, you can get a lot out of it. So we'll see if that's what Rapl's going to go for. If he goes for we can't go Heimdall with a back temple like this, but he can go Freya and then spam out Ulfsark, throw an Axeman, and go over it really, really fast to hit Baritchola. And obviously Barichola's got the same option to do that one as well. We see 2 dwarves coming out now for Rapl. He's got 4 villagers on the wood. He's got 7 villagers on the food, and he's going to have 4 villagers on the gold. Rapl, on the other hand, is also getting out his last dwarf. So both players going for exactly the same build. Actually, looks like Barichola's got slightly more villagers on the wood here, which does mean that he's going to be able to get more throwing axemen, but less other things. And here's the Freya coming through for Rapl, both coming up at exactly the same time. Baritchola needs to fix up his ox cart here, and that would be that. We'll see what's happening. Hey, thank you for the host, No Mercy. Hope that game went on and went well for you. Great. We're already seeing walls coming up for Rapl at this point, playing very defensively, so he may be going for something a little bit different here, as he's trying to secure these Rhino for a little bit later. He's also got Rhino back here, so this location is actually quite important. And with the Raven scouting, it's like you don't have any chance of hiding from anyone here. So we'll see that both the Freyas come through. Forward longhouses. Let's see Baritchola. Both players going for relatively forward. Obviously, Rapl's a little bit too out of the way. At least these longhouses make sense here. It's going to be protecting this gold mine, sort of in the range of the town center on this one. This one's not. I would have liked to have seen this longhouse right up against the gold mine here, because you don't need to have the whole surface area of the gold mine. Just this side and this side would have been enough. You could have wedged it up there, and then it would have been a really difficult spot for Rapl to hit here. Now, what have we got? We've got Ulfsark pumping out for Rapl, and we've got Ulfsark pumping out for Baritchola as well. A bunch of Hersa out as well. Walls all up already for Rapl. We've got some walls coming up for Baritchola as well, who's trying to secure these Rhino, almost losing a villager here. We do have the Valkyrie coming in for Rapl, but he's not got his Raven over there. I don't know if he's scouted that hunt. He's going to be going after the sentry tower, potentially hitting a forest fire on the back of this. And we don't see the Valkyrie for just for Baritchola, who's going to be chasing the Valkyrie of Rapl, who's looking for hitting some wood villagers here. Rapl not paying attention to this one, has spotted Jimmy Mountain Hole here, and his brethren of Poro, Stormkiller, Ivnderher, I can't say that one, Cloud Tracker, and Asger Spearbearer. Even though he's got a hammer, he's definitely not bearing a spear at all. Some Ulfsark here for Baritchola are going to be looking to go in. We do have 3 longhouses here, and Rapl for some reason deciding to pump out some raiding cavalry. He should know that this is going to be a predominantly infantry matchup here. Making these raiding cavalry, you can make 2 or 3 of them just to distract throwing axemen. Any more, you're asking for it. You're asking for some aggressive shenanigans to go on here, but I guess with Rapl playing so defensively, it may be totally fine. It may be fine. So we'll see what he can do with those raiding cavalry. The Ulfsark are out. They will get Lone Wanderer out. And the raiding cavalry is still faster though. They've got 6.0 speed compared to Ulfsark, which are more like 5 point something. Now the raiding cavalry coming onto the back, going to be able to hit this wood line, potentially hit the gold line as well. We'll see if Baritchola is paying attention to this or not. He is moving his army forward right now as the raid is coming in here. We will be seeing no forest fire just yet. Going to be trying to pick off some of these villages. They do drop into this sentry tower and get away for the time being. Ulfsark looking to hit something here. All the walls are already up, and he's got a lot of units in the back here. Going to be leaving this location. We're going to be losing one of those raiding cavalry to the town centers as the units running straight through the base. There's some path blocking going to be happening, but they will be able to get out of this location. We do see the Ulfsark coming in onto this location with the assistance of the Valkyrie, but the army of Rapl already coming over here, leaving a couple of throwing axemen back here for some reason. He will be able to come in, hit these units quite hard, but we'll be able to get through this. Not quite going to opt to retreat away, leaving the wooden wall with 70 HP. And have to repair that one back up if he wants to be safe here, but he can move over onto this Rhino here now and be totally fine. Now, Baritchola, on the other hand, doesn't have quite as nice hunt as Rapl. He does have the same hunt here, but his rhinoceros are quite far forward, quite far in the open here. And what's the population here? We've got 85 to 83, so very similar, but the army quality is the question here. We've got heavy infantry already out for Baritchola. And does he have Lone Wanderer? He does have Lone Wanderer here. So he's going to be moving up and preventing a hunt from being gathered. It's going to be key. He's leaving his Raven over here. I like this Raven placement. Where's his other Raven? He must have sacrificed it somewhere. Not great. Not great. Moving the villagers back, maybe onto the berries, probably back over here. If he can make his way, he's actually eating giraffe over on this location as well, so totally fine to go on this location. He does spot these Ulfsark here, and Baritchola are going to be opening up this location a bit with a forest fire. I thought that was Rapl's then. I thought it was a bit early, but it's definitely an interesting decision there. And we do see an armory coming up for Rapl, an armory coming up for Baritchola. Both players going to be going for a one-town semi-fast heroic here. And the infantry units of Rapl going to be moving forward. He needs to consider getting out medium infantry as well if he wants to fight this army here. Now the villagers moving back onto these pigs. So this is a big advantage for Rapl, given that he's on hunt for the time being. He's also on these berries. Does he have husbandry? He does have husbandry. And he's going to be going after that one. Looks like Rapl's trying to push through the wall of Baritchola. He's going to get pushed back by these Ulfsark, and that's going to be totally fine for him. These raiding cavalry are going to get healed back up just with the Odin bonus. No problems. the dwarves moving over onto this gold mine. Again, like really nice walls here. He's already set up to defend against anything that Baritchola can do. And I think he's clicked up to the next stage. Yes, Skadi is on the way for Rapl. Moving forward, he's going to be able to pick off a couple of these Ulfsark here. Nice pick off for Rapl. And now we've got the dwarves moving over onto this gold mine here. That's going to be a big spot for Rapl to start raiding here. We'll see if he moves there instantly or not. The Raven does spot it. You kind of want to move that Raven back away to make sure your opponent doesn't see you on that one. The line of sight is 20. It's quite a bit, so you don't have to have it directly on top of a gold mine, whereas the line of sight of a dwarf here is only 16. So you can stay very, very safe there. And we do have these units moving forward here for Baritchola. Got Skadi coming through for Rapl going after a house right now. And he's able to fight this for the time being. We do have the Frost Giant popping out here. Still no medium infantry. Let's check that one out. Got Skadi, just Skadi coming through for Baritchola. More throwing axemen coming out. No more Frost Giants pumping here. And both players playing very defensively. Baritchola throwing up a hill fort right in the middle here. This is going to get denied by Rapl. His army is pretty strong here to deal with these Ulfsark. Still no medium upgrades though for his infantry. May matter in this fight. Going to select the Frost Giants each. Going to freeze both of them. Does cast the Frost though onto this location, and Rapl going to be waiting just a little bit before casting his own Frost here. It looks like there's the Frost. Going to give himself a good 10 seconds to be retreating out of this, or deciding to fight it actually and getting his own damage dealt. I think it's going to be a good idea. And does he have upgrades coming through? Still no medium infantry. He is throwing up a hill fort on the back here. This hill fort will probably come up for Baritchola as well. I'm not sure. This one will probably come up in time actually, but I'm not sure it's going to matter at all. I mean, so we'll see what happens. Well, I think both hill forts will be up in time. At least that should be what happens. The Frost Giants just freeze each other again. They're just like, nope, we don't do anything here. Going to snipe that Hursa straight away. Nice play. And then he should just retreat a bit here behind the hill fort, taking a bit of damage. We see heavy infantry now for Baritchola as well, and that Frost Giant of Rappel's will go down. The hill fort's up though for Rapl, so we will be able to turn on. We see Rhyme coming in now, fourth of the Frost Giants, sitting into Thrym, give an extra bit of HP. Not enough to quite keep him alive, but enough to force Baritchola back, and this Frost Giant going to be chilling here. Get it? That was unintended. I did not mean that. Bad pun. Bad pun. Making some Jarl as well, preemptively for the Frost Giants. We see more Frost Giants. Yes, Rappel's building some more. Still no second town centers here. We're going to be seeing Husbandry Plow coming through for Baritchola, and Rappel's kind of got map control here, so he's going for a forward town center. A little bit risky, but because he's got the control, because he's got the army here, he's got the upgrades, he's slightly in front of Baritchola. He's running around with his Ulfsark, going to be looking to pick off some villagers that are moving forward onto this hunt. And the Ulfsark do spot this. This is quite a big villager pick off, but he does not move onto it just yet. The Ulfsark going to be looking for something to hit, but there is nothing around this side that he can get. He can push through this gate quite fast though with these Ulfsark. 10.8 damage per second, 500 HP here. That's probably going to go down very, very fast. There are some throwing axemen after it. There's the town center going up for Baritchola. He's left his hill fort open though, so we will be seeing Rapl getting some free damage done onto it before Baritchola comes in with his own army, and we are seeing him leaving it as he comes in to defend it. The throwing axemen come over here, trying to force these Ulfsark away with the Lone Wanderer. There are enough to keep them alive without taking any damage. Wouldn't mind like a second wall getting thrown up here as well, considering how close it's been both times there, but no problems. Rapl going to be looking to grab this town center fairly soon. It looks like we do see a forward market here for Baritchola, who's looking to go to the next stage. Same thing for Rapl though. Both players with a lot of resources. Actually looking like Rapl is slightly closer to the Mythic Age than Baritchola here. Both players playing this exactly the same, except with a couple of different tech choices, and they're both going to be going through Balder very soon. Throwing Axeman still trying to push through this gate here. And this is going to be a very, very wild game here. We see battle for Rapl coming first. And Baritchola can buy his way to there as well. Just buy 500 food and he is up. So no problems there, but I guess he doesn't want to do so. Getting to the Mythic Age first here is not the be-all and end-all. Making sure you're close matters though, otherwise you will feel the pain of an early Ragnarok. And hopefully we just see Rapl grabbing this town center, and he's grabbing the back town center as well, and just trying to pump out as many villages as you possibly can. Play very defensive. You don't have to do anything in this matchup. If you've got map control, you just need to grab those town centers and get the villages slamming out. And he's getting that town center up now. Going to go up to 4 town center advantage, making some portable rams. I like portable rams when you're going for Balder. Get those out. Get out. Whatchamacallit. I always forget. Dwarven Augur. Get that upgrade out. And potentially even engineers if you can before you advance. We do see the Olsak moving in, going to be preventing this one from going up. The Throwing Axeman should be able to contest that at least a little bit, but he's going to opt to just retreat away from it for the time being. Does pick off one of those Valkyrie. Balder comes through now. Going to be picking off one of the Frost Giants as well there. Nice play here for Rapl, and now the Olsak going after this town center. Coming back with the Throwing Axeman to pick them off. They're going to be leaving this location for the time being. As Rapl gets his back town center up, moving forward with these. He does have a Fire Giant here, which he can utilize. I'm going to be trying to pick off the Ulfsark. Nice micro by Baritchola to take this one. Still jumping around with that Ulfsark. I'm not sure it's intentional or not. We do see the portable ram popping out. More Frost Giant are getting built by Rapl, who is slowly but surely getting in front in this game. And he's got more Throwing Axemen over here, ready to take these Ulfsark down. But they are, with Lone Wanderer, these Throwing Axemen just very, very inaccurate here. And now the Fire Giant, Frost Giant do force these guys away. With that freeze there, picking off even more of these units. More of these portable rams coming out. Still no Dwarven Augur though. No real problem though. And we do have Balder on the way for Baritchola as well. But 3 town center advantage for Rapl. Going up to 4 town centers means more villages for Rapl, which means stronger Ragnarok, which tends to mean easier time of victory. The gold mine just about over though for Rapl. He hasn't started a trade route either, which you may want to consider. And he's got a couple of idle myth units chilling on this town center just to protect it. But I feel like he should be moving them over on this fight. Rapl getting pushed back here. And there's the Balder by Rapl coming forward with it. What is the population? He's at 230 population. Maybe a little bit preemptive there. He's got bronze mail, copper weapons. And Baritchola is just going to wait on this. Wait for as long as he can without engaging this army. He's got a couple of these portable rams here. Still no Dwarven Augur to speak of. And he's going to be making a move onto these hill fort. Moving these portable rams. Got to be very careful. Swing them around. Attack the top hill fort away from those Frost Giants. Very, very important. Now there's Rapl. What are they called? Heroes of Ragnarok coming in. He should be hitting this gold mine though. That's all he needs to do. Gold Starve here, force out that Ragnarok. Very important now. The portable rams coming into this location as Rapl is slamming his face into this one. Definitely. I don't think that Ragnarok there is quite going to be enough here. Well, might be enough for Rapl. I mean, he's got 4 towns if he does enough damage with it. But we'll see. We've got Baritchola still trying to pump out villages as he's fighting this one. He's going to be losing all his units, though. You can't be fighting this. If you're going to be waiting on the Ragnarok, you can't be fighting this. We do see the gold mine is expired here. Gold villagers dumping their gold into here, dumping his resources everywhere, trying to get as many as he possibly can. His upgrades here. He's got copper weapons. He's got bronze mail coming through. That's going to be huge in this fight that's about to be coming in. And we'll see what the population is for Baritchola when Ragnarok comes in. And it's currently Rapl at 199 to Baritchola at 256. So a huge advantage for Baritchola here in the population count. Lots of units have been picked off already, and now we've got Heroes of Ragnarok coming in for a surround here, but the Thrown Axemen are going to matter. They have Huntress Axe, do Baritcholas. They don't have Huntress Axe. 6.3 damage to 6.75. That Huntress Axe does so much more than copper weapons. We'll see if it matters or not. There are Ulf Jarls here as well to help out, and this fight looks like it's actually going pretty heavily in the favor of Rapl, because not all of the units are here for Baritchola as the fight's happening. And if we check out the population though, it's looking like Rapl is getting cleaned up though, and Baritchola is super far in front as all of his units have come in, and Rapl gets completely annihilated there. What a play by Baritchola. It's not over yet though. Rapl still has the advantage of town centers, but he has one villager not gathering food. And how much resources? How many resources does Baritchola has? A lot of resources in the bank to follow this up with. And I think this one is just the throw of the century here, as Baritchola just completely cleans up, and Rapl sitting at 30 population now. Taps out. GG, well played by Baritchola. Goes to show you don't just Ragnarok for the sake of it. Got to have some thought process behind it. He grabbed the 4 town centers, and then he just didn't wait for it. Like, he may have been at 180 population, but you didn't need to. You didn't need to rag. There's no reason to rag. Sit on the town centers. Get 120 villages. Rag when you need to rag, not straight away. Look at this economy. Baritchola had more civilian units than Rapl, and Rapl had 4 town centers. It's so sad. It's so sad. Anyways, first game goes to Baritchola. He played it well considering the situation he was given. I think Rapl just was so much more cleaner, but except for just a poor mistake to finish the game off, and Baritchola just played it nice and calmly, waited, got more villagers out, and then just had the stronger Ragnarok and won in the end. First game goes to Baritchola. We'll move into game number 2 very shortly. If you're enjoying the content, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.